done, Walker. You've done what the storm could not. Destroyed the damn 33rd. Do you feel like a hero yet?
What's the difference between a hero and a monster? In most video games, surprisingly little. The character the player controls often participates in an incredible amount of killing, and with seemingly no consequences to their mental state. Do those guards deserve a knife in the back? Do those treasure hunters deserve to be blown to pieces? In Spec Ops: The Line, the developers set out to explore how thin the line between heroes and monsters was through the character of Captain Martin Walker. Be warned, spoilers ahead.
There were over 5,000 people alive in Dubai the day before you arrived. How many are alive today, I wonder?
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Walker is the playable character of Spec Ops, and is both the game's protagonist and villain. An elite member of the United States Army's Delta Force, Walker appears at first glance to be your typical badass soldier, a hero through and through. He's even voiced by the legendary Nolan North, who is no stranger to playing heroic video game protagonists. All of this is intentional, to put you in the mindset that Walker is a generic action hero. He's here to shoot the bad guys and save the day.
Hostile with the knife! Put him down!
What's more, the hero has a background with the main antagonist of the game, Colonel John Conrad. The two have a relationship from their time in Afghanistan, when Conrad saved Walker's life in a fight in Kabul.
Walker. Yes, I remember you. Kabul, I think it was.
This gives Walker a reason to go beyond his simple reconnaissance mission when he gets to Dubai. While at first it appears that Conrad is in trouble, it quickly becomes clearer that he has actually become a monster, and it's up to our hero to stick around and see what has become of the person he once looked up to.
Just like Riggs wanted. This is your fault, Walker. You did this, not me.
Interestingly, Conrad's name is itself a reference to the author of the novel Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad. Heart of Darkness is a grim tale about imperialism and racism, and how the imperialists are no better than the ones they rule over. Conrad established a military government in Dubai, apparently to help the citizens evacuate ahead of the sandstorms, but with grave consequences.
This is Dubai, Captain. This is what I face every day.
Upon reaching Dubai, Walker realizes the situation is far more complex than anyone could have thought. The 33rd Infantry Battalion, led by Conrad, are rounding up refugees. Walker's squad gets into a fight with the locals as well as with the 33rd, who believe they are with the CIA. At this point in the story, Walker's reconnaissance mission is complete. The responsible thing would be to exit the situation and report back to his superiors. Except that's not what Walker does. Why would he? He's the video game hero.
Remember that. We'll keep that in mind next time he tries to kill us. Dubai's running out of time, gentlemen. Let's move.
He has to act to save innocent lives. This is what every player would expect. And so, Walker goes in, guns blazing, and all he ends up achieving is more death and destruction than there was before. It starts with easy justifications, but gets more indefensible as the story progresses. When Walker unwittingly launches white phosphorus on a large group of innocent refugees, he blames Conrad.
That's white phosphorus.
Yeah, I know what it is.
You've seen what this shit does. You know we
Might
can't
not have a
use it.
choice, Lugo.
There's always a choice.
No, there's really not.
When he assists in the destruction of the city's water supply, he blames the CIA. Walker's stated goal is to save lives, but throughout the length of the game, he racks up quite the death count. His physical and mental state degrade throughout. Walker's body gets bloodier as the game progresses, and even his attitude gets more aggressive as he executes wounded enemies with vicious hate. Of course, all of this is justified in Walker's mind by the knowledge that Conrad is making him do this. Conrad forced his hand with the white phosphorus, just as Conrad forces Walker to choose between executing an Emirati or an American soldier, who both committed serious crimes. What a shock to Walker then, when he realizes at the end that Conrad has been dead the whole time. The Conrad that he's been hearing taunting him over the radio device has been nothing but a hallucination, a coping method for Walker to justify his actions because, in the fake Conrad's words, Walker cannot accept what he's done. It's telling that the first time Walker hallucinates speaking to Conrad is only several minutes after the white phosphorus incident. Confronted by this brutal truth at the end of the game, the players are likely as shocked as Walker is.
takes a strong man to deny what's right in front of him. And if the truth is undeniable, you create your own.
Towards the end of the hallucination, Conrad asks Walker who should pay for his crimes. The player then gets the choice of either killing themselves or letting the fake Conrad shoot Walker. Either option leads to Walker's death, as he finally accepts the responsibility for the catastrophe that has occurred. Or, Walker can shoot the reflection of Conrad, denying reality and indulging in the fantasy that he had no choice. From there, Walker can either go home, the last survivor of Dubai, or shoot the American soldiers sent to bring him back, accepting that he has become the villain. Either way, it's more than clear that something is not right with the captain.
We heard shots. Is everything okay? Sergeant Roberts, what is going on?
Gentlemen, welcome to Dubai.
Every horrific action that Walker takes in the game is clearly laid at his feet at the end, but there is another person responsible for the atrocities: you. Walker is a commentary on our desire to feel like a badass hero, pick up a video game and get lost in a fantasy where we save the day. Violence in video games has been criticized and questioned often, but the question that Spec Ops puts to its players is not whether violence in games will make them more violent. It questions why the player wants to pick up a violent video game to feel like a hero in the first place.
And for what?
We tried to save you.
You're no savior. Your talents lie elsewhere.
The game puts forth the uncomfortable idea that we are much too comfortable with equating heroism with shooting hundreds of bad guys to death. The actual cost of taking a life, the actual atrocities, are always glossed over in these games. The only true good ending to Spec Ops is one where the player stops playing before things go south. And there is no good ending if you keep trying to seek that thrill as Walker does. Loading screens taunt the players, asking them if they feel like a hero yet. Conrad himself calls it out as plainly as possible. The only reason you reach the end of the game, having committed countless atrocities on the way, is because, quote, you wanted to feel like something you're not, a hero.
We tried to save you.
Deep down, you knew we all had to die.
Walker tries to justify his actions throughout, saying people could have died, someone needed to save them. People did die, either at Walker's hands or due to his actions. As Conrad says, none of this would have happened if Walker had just stopped. Captain Martin Walker is an excellent critique of a soldier in modern shooters. He charges blindly into a situation he doesn't understand, desperate to be a hero no matter who he has to kill.
The men are asking, what do we do now?
We complete our mission.
And what mission would that be, sir?
Just get me a gun, Tim. Radio?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.